Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dustin Ray. I'm a Senior Network Architect here at Comport Technology Solutions. And today we want to show you what HPE Aruba is offering with their cloud management product called Aruba Central. Aruba Central is a product great for those people, those organizations that have a lot of branch sites, that have remote APs that are deployed in random areas throughout the country, throughout the world, that you need to have cloud access to for ease of management, for ease of deployment. And Aruba Central is designed to give you all of that without having to spin up your own internal IT resources to build another server out. To start, let's take a look at what information Aruba Central is going to provide from you when you log on. From the logon screen, we can initially see monitoring data. So we can see information from a network-wide view. We can also see information from a device-specific type of view. We can look at APs specifically, switches, or gateways. Gateways are referring to SD branch gateways, which are based off the Aruba controller portfolio. We can also see some interesting security information about rogues, intrusion detection, and wireless IDS events. But just to take a quick look, we can switch out from a 3-hour time span to a day, to a week, to a month, all the way to 3 months. And a reminder, this is all hosted on HPE Aruba's cloud management platform. So all this live data, all of this historical data that you can reference and write reports for is built into there. So you do not have to worry about spending on more storage resources to handle this traffic. As we take a look, we can see at the 3-hour window, we can see the bandwidth usage. For a network-wide overview, we can see how much in, we can see how much out, and as you can see, when I move my pointer across the screen, that information is actually shown in that upper right-hand corner. So it changes as you go through, so you can see the in and out of what's going on in your network. We can take a look at client counts and see how many clients are connecting. We can see when they were connected onto the network. We can take a look at top APs, top clients, top devices by usage, which is really crucial when figuring out why specific users in a network aren't having the same level of quality of service, or they may not be able to get their data through the network. You may find a data hog or a device that could be potentially vulnerable and is sending out probes or pings that are just taking up a lot of bandwidth on your network to look into. If you're seeing a client like this, you can click directly into them and find out more information specific to that device or network. And then finally, we can easily see all of our WLANs, which is going to be our SSID count. And we can see the number of clients connected to each. We can see the type of SSID it is, so we can distinguish easily between employee and guest networks, and the level of security that it takes to get onto the network, if it's from a captive portal for an open network, or if it's just open with no password but has very limited access. And then we can also see exactly what level of security is on our employee networks, like WPA2 Enterprise or Personal, if you prefer the pre-shared key. We can take a look at network health. And quickly, we see an easy-to-read summary on exactly what's going on. We see a status report of how many devices are up and down at each of our sites that we have labeled and built out ourselves. We can see the high memory usage for devices in that group. We can see high CPU usage. We can see the high client health utilization. And this is even separated out onto the 2 different radios at 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. High noise and information specific to your WAN as well. We can alter that to a status where it's even easier to read with just the gray and red dots. Very easy to see, very easy to hover over and get initial information more. If we want to take a look at specific events, we want to take a look at what's going on that Central is saying, hey, we need to pay attention to. Let's go to alerts. From here, we can see the alerts categorized by critical, major, minor, and warning. Critical, obviously, is going to be some of the events that you want to focus on most and foremost. You can see a user account was deleted, and that's what 2 of those alerts are for. And then we can see an SLA for an SD branch platform that was violated. So neither of these are the end of the world. user account deleted, it might have been our guest admin that just deleted those accounts. But we do want to know, and we want to keep track of that in case somebody comes onto your network and for some reason their credentials no longer work. We can easily find out why, and we can see here that 2 accounts were deleted. We can take a look at major alerts. We have a lot of rogues. We have new APs. We have switch disconnects. We have new user accounts added. All of this information is vital just to maintaining and monitoring what's going on in your network. Being able to quickly filter and see and search this data is crucial to quickly resolving issues that you're finding. One of the great things about Aruba Central is it offers very easy to use canned reporting features. There are a lot of reports that are built into Central that give you quick, easy information on what's going on based on a specific time period, group, on report type, however you want to look. One thing is we're looking through monitoring and reporting. We want to make sure we know what's what. We want to make sure that we know what devices are. So as devices get onto your network, there are a couple of different options that we have that we can do. We can label things into groups. So groups are going to be common to common configurations. If you want to deploy an entirely new wireless structure across a site, you can create a group for that wireless structure. Or if you have a company-wide wireless structure that's the same, all of your APs can go into one group that you can name AP or whatever you want. And then all the configurations applied are at the group level and easily go out to your entire wireless or wired network. You can label things by sites. So you have specific sites. We have a data center or a medium branch or a microsite based in New York. We can even get down to specific device levels. So if we need to make a device level configuration when it comes to changing the host IP address, the host name itself, we can do that by quickly clicking into the individual devices themselves and making that change. So instead of being reflected at the group level, it's only reflected on that one device that you selected. We can also search. So if this group begins to expand very quickly, you can quickly search based on a name, a group name, a site name, a device name. And if we look up here, we can even see immediately how many devices there are, how many offline devices there are, and how many online devices are on your network at any given time. So you know something is down, you would know it immediately as soon as you log in. If we want to look at wireless or wired management, there are different tabs specifically designed for those features with self-defined wizards to help you through the process. We want to create a new wireless SSID. If we want to look at a wireless SSID, we can go to a group or a virtual cluster of APs that share the same name and easily spin up a new SSID, either employee-based or guest. We can look at wireless management from an individual AP level if we want. We can configure those individual devices either as a group, or we can just see initial data about what's going on. So if we need to make a management change, we can easily do that. We can set up DHCP, we can set up services around that, we can take a look at system, and we can look at RF. And when it comes to security, we also have wireless intrusion detection and prevention systems built in, along with a specific security tab focused on how authentication is happening, what servers you're using for that, users that are built into the server onto Central if you want to use Central's authentication server, roles, blacklisting, and then firewall policies that you can define here on Central to make your life easier by making it more secure. One of the great features that's built into Aruba Central is a well-defined, easy to use, and easy to configure guest platform. Guest itself is built in natively to Aruba Central, but there is an enhanced version of that which allows you to configure custom splash pages, advertisements into the splash pages, guest self-registration, and social log-on for social media authentication. There's a variety of different ways that you can easily get new users onto the network in a secure manner. Let's take a look at one of the splash pages that's already built in. We can see that this is a guest splash page for a group of users in a different part of the world. But they can see an easy welcome screen and a connect button. So as soon as you click that, you're immediately connected into the network. Everything in here is built on a splash page and platform to make your life easier by making it more accessible to your users. If you need a guest admin, you can move into the visitors section and start monitoring your guest sessions. So your guest admins can monitor that, your network admins can monitor that information. Another great feature that's built into Aruba Central is Clarity. Clarity is also available on the Airwave platform. It's recently come into Aruba Central itself, and this is going to give you the initial data that you need to find out why users are having trouble at a specific site or device or trying to get onto the network. And we're able to quickly see exactly what's going on. We see performance based on association, authentication, DHCP, captive portal, and DNS. We can see causes for DHCP delays. We can see how long it's taken. We can see failures. We can see 519 client timeouts just by hovering over here and taking a look at what's going on. We can look at authentication performance or device performance. If we want to troubleshoot, we can even find and search by client MAC or username to quickly locate a specific user to help find out why they're having trouble connecting to the network and where in the network they're having those issues. And then finally, everybody's favorite topic is maintenance. How do you manage the firmware version on your APs or on your switches? How are you doing that now, and how can you do it better? Well, Aruba Central helps answer that question by automating and making firmware updates, making troubleshooting and auditing as easy as clicking a button. You can quickly see Aruba Central is automatically searching the HPE Aruba database for newer versions of firmware for all the products that you put into Aruba Central. If you want to take a look and monitor and manage the firmware version on a specific instant AP cluster, you can do that. You can even schedule those updates to be at an off-time hour when there are no users trying to get onto the network to help prevent downtime or connectivity issues. You can see the firmware version that's running right now versus the recommended version that Central is suggesting that you run for better management capability. And this can be done for an AP, this can be done for a switch, and this can be done for a branch gateway. And it's simply as easy as clicking into the device and scheduling when you want your firmware update. If you need to audit or troubleshoot, also as easy as clicking a button. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about CLIs with Aruba Central. Everything in here is simply a drop-down menu. If you want to do a command, we can run a security command and then quickly select specific commands to help you figure out why something is going wrong and where it's going wrong at, and see it in a very easy to read format instead of having to set up your own CLI sessions. And finally, let's manage everything. Let's onboard everything. Let's get everything onto the network and into Central to make your life easier and to make it simpler. We can manage groups. We can manage exactly what devices are put into what groups simply by dragging and dropping them into the group that we want. We can create labels and sites very quickly by simply adding in a new site, drag and drop. Easy as that to get people onto the network. People get your devices, get your users funneled down into specific groups and folders to where you can quickly find out and monitor them at a device level, at a group level, at a user level, just to know exactly what's happening and where it's happening at. At the end of the day, Aruba Central is going to give you a fully managed network from your wired and wireless standpoint to a SD-WAN or SD branch configuration if you want to set that up. And it's going to do that in a way where you're not spinning up new VMs and you're also not having to manage the servers that they're running on. and you're able to access this data simply by going to your web browser anywhere with internet access, or even accessing the Aruba Central app on your phone to quickly find out and troubleshoot problems from anywhere in the world. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to learn more about Aruba Central, please reach out to info@comport.com.